The Moyo Dilemma by Eliana Mabe. The play begins without warning to the audience. The auditorium of the theater is a part of the set, acting as student seating for a lecture. Dr. Moyo enters by loudly slamming the door, icebox in hand. The students in the audience, including Karina and Darius, settle into their seats.
Cardiopulmonary arrest. Karina, please define this for the class.
Cardiac arrest occurs when the heart stops pumping blood and cuts off all blood circulation in the body.
And what can cause this failure in the circulatory system? Yes, Darius.
A diseased heart with a broken electrical system?
Precisely. What about Parkinson's disease?
One can suffer from tremors, weakness in facial muscles, paralysis?
And?
It's a disease in the brain.
Bingo. Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis?
PF diseases lungs without reason.
3 major systems in the body completely shut down due to abnormalities, as medical associations so kindly puts it.
Dr. Moyo, I don't think this was on the syllabus.
I teach anything you need to know to be successful doctors, and today's lesson is something the human population has yet to understand. So I prescribe you 3 pills of shut the hell up with a glass of pay attention.
Whispers are heard from the other students as Karina shrinks down into her seat.
Red blood cells are to the heart as oxygen molecules are to the lungs, as neurons are to the brain. So what?
They are necessary for survival. And without them, we can't function.
Veterinarians have their animals. Botanists have their plants, and we have
People?
human beings. You better figure that out sooner rather than later, or you are going to be fired because the idiots in administration were never taught empathy.
Dr. Moyo? Are you okay?
The door opens widely. Enter Tristan Wells, donning professionalism in his attire, but bewilderment and anger stain his face. Dr. Moyo is unfazed. She has been expecting this.
Welcome, Mr. Wells. So glad you could make the presentation.
Mrs. Moyo, you know you shouldn't be here. Everyone, I apologize for this mishap.
Dr. Moyo.
Tristan comes too close to Dr. Moyo, towering over her in intimidation. It doesn't work.
You won't be a doctor for much longer. You have made an irreparable mistake.
When you go to your yearly physical, what do you have to fill out on your forms?
Name, address, phone number, sex, race.
That. Say that again. Louder for Mr. Wells to hear.
Race.
You know that when you were hired?
Race, indeed. Why do doctors need to know that? Why isn't there just one box to check off for? Yes, I am not a robot. Yes, I am human.
But don't certain diseases target races differently?
The Healthcare Cost and Utilization Project states, our racial and ethnic backgrounds may place us at differing risks for some diseases. We can work to reduce these risks by making sure that everyone gets high quality healthcare. Well then, glad I told you what color my skin was to make sure I get high quality healthcare. Doesn't matter that I have arthritis in my hands or that I have 7 months to live. No, as long as the oppressor still gets to hang their whites only sign somewhere, injustice will live on.
You need to stop this immediately.
Dr. Moyo goes to pick up her icebox and slams it on the lab table.
What is your one job as a medical professional? To judge what they say?
From the icebox, she pulls out a pair of lungs and puts them on the table.
To scoff at their beliefs?
She pulls out a brain and puts it on the table.
To resent who they decide to love?
She pulls out a heart and puts it on the table.
Melinda, this is highly uncalled for.
You have no idea whose body these came from. You don't know their name or their address. You don't know the shade of their skin or life story. You don't need to know any of that to operate on a patient.
Unethical teaching. Add that to your list of qualities to fix.
This is what we fix. Lacerations, blockages, function failure. This is where we try to find the problem. Not here. There is no problem here. There has never been a problem here.
Tristan reaches his hand out to pull her back. Darius leaps up from his seat to them.
Get your hands off of her.
Mrs. Moyo has had recent allegations of purposefully ignoring a white patient, resulting in his unfortunate death. She failed to mention this malpractice when we were interviewing her. Otherwise, we would not employ faculty of such low morals at our institution.
16 years ago, I made a medical decision. He was not going to survive. He was in a state far beyond healing. I made him comfortable to spend his final moments with his family. Your family.
You are banished from this institution and your role as a professor. And I will ensure myself that your licenses are revoked. Campus security is already on their way.
I did not harm. Warmth and sympathy and understanding have outweighed my knife. Above all, I did not play at God.
Dr. Moyo looks to Darius and Karina intensely. She exits. Beat. Karina finally gets up from her seat. She looks at the organs before her. She gingerly picks up the lungs and brain and puts them back in the icebox, leaving the heart. She turns to Tristan.
You need this more than they do.
She exits. Tristan looks at the heart. Lights dim until the heart is in spotlight. Then blackout. End of play.
Thank you so much. My name is Eliana Mabe. I'm currently a rising sophomore at Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee, and that was the Moyo dilemma. Thank you so much.
What you neglected to say is what's your double major in?
Oh yes, currently I'm a double major in theater and biochemistry and molecular biology.
There you go. Thank you.